Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Well, hello to all 1 million of my cousins. What is going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Let me know who's tapped in on tonight. Let me know who is tapping in on tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get ready in just a moment. Let me go ahead and set this up to share this over here with my other cousins. All right.
Bluetooth connected.
All right, y'all. What's going on, fam bam? I see people showing up, but ain't nobody saying nothing. Who's tapping in on tonight? Instagram family, what is going on, loves? Y'all already know how it go. It is Dr. Tawana Worlds coming by to disrupt for just a quick moment. And then I'm going to jump off y'all timeline and let y'all go ahead and get back to whatever it is that you are doing and whatever it is that you are getting ready to do, okay? I'm not going to hold you guys here long whatsoever. It's been a couple of days since I was able to actually come on here and hang out with y'all a little bit. Want to bring y'all up to speed on a couple of things that are happening that we should be taking heed to. And then I'm going to share some amazing opportunities, as always, about how you can go ahead and get yourself positioned appropriately. If you are new here, I welcome you here, and hopefully you will come back. And if you are returning, then I welcome you back. If you are returning, then you already know what time it is over here, okay? Let me make sure I send everything that I need to send. All right. All right. So, with that being said, I am going to say this for my family members that will join here soon, and be kind and courteous enough to say hello and share who is tapping in. Look here, family. Whole lot of stuff happening. I'm not going to come by here because I ain't the bearer of bad news. We all know what's going on. We all know what we need to be doing. I'm not here to play the parent to anybody at all, but just to bring us up to date. I don't know if y'all heard this or not, okay? But we got another plane crash today. We didn't have plane crashes every single day, multiple deaths. Some people survived, a lot of people did not. Um, so the first thing I want to open up by saying is please exercise discernment as you travel. Please exercise safety and precaution. Please be aware. Please be awake. Please be discerning of your environment, okay? If you can stay home, if it's your day off, if it is something came up to prevent you from going or doing whatever it is that you trying to go and do, if there is a halting, please obey. Okay? Please obey. Some of the stories coming out about people who have lost their loved ones, and a loss is a lost. It is gone. I mean, a loss like that anyway, when it comes to lives. When it's over, it's all over. And some things are preventable. And I'll just share one story that is really near and dear to my heart. I really feel tremendously saddened by it. One of the passengers that was on that first plane that crashed with the military helicopter and the big old jet that was carrying all those children. One of the gentlemen that was on that plane, I mean, he dedicated his whole life to his craft, to his skill, and that was being a flight attendant, making sure that he gave people the best experience. And I'm not saying that it wasn't his time, because if it wasn't his time, he would still be here. However, however, what's so sad and traumatizing about the situation is God knew way before he was even born, way before he graduated school, way before he got that career, that on that day he would be scheduled to be off. God knew that way in advance. And there was a lady who called in, she has guilt and she's feeling bad, of course. What's going on, Faceless? Shout out to you, Tennessee. I see you. Um, she has, survivor's remorse because that was her shift. And she, for whatever reason, needed to cancel her shift or flip it out with somebody, swap it out with somebody. And that was that man's day off. And she called him and asked him, "Can you work the shift for me?" And he was like, "Sure, I'll take it." That is one of the reasons why it is very important for us to be very discerning and prayerful. I want to open with that because y'all know I always open with another teachable moment. Please don't be out here living your life. When I say normally, I'm not talking about how a normal life should be lived. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like your regular smuggler routine. You didn't got so comfortable driving that way to work. You didn't got so comfortable sitting in that one position. You didn't got so comfortable, taking that, street or whatever the case may be, going to that corner store because it is closer to your house. You didn't got so comfortable that where you do things routinely, normally. You have to be very discerning and you have to be very prayerful. Discernment comes from prayer. And that is one thing that we all, right now in this dispensation of time, you need to be tapped in. Okay? You really do. Because one little small, minute mistake, such as, yeah, I'll go pick them up for you. Yeah, I'll go to the store for you. Yeah, I'll switch shifts for you. Could cost you your life, literally. Literally. And people are waking up every day, getting that lot on life. get to the afternoon, 3 or 4 o'clock, they no longer alive. And that is a big deal. That is a really big deal. We ain't never seen this much death as we have seen here lately. I also want to share this because um, there are times when God will release a word to me and He say, "I want you to share it so that y'all can pray against it," um, which I am doing. He says, "I want you to share this word so that you can have witnesses." He said, "My word shall be established amongst 2 or 3 witnesses." Okay. So sometimes I share for that reason that it's going to happen, but you will be a witness to what God said first. Okay. Sometimes He had me share a word as a word of warning that this is what's getting ready to happen and this is how you can prepare. So I'm going to share with you for the last 2 days I have been shown, and this is the first time that something like this has ever happened to me. Um, because I am a person that see symbols and words, that is how God speaks to me. If I'm ministering to somebody and He begin to show me something in the realm of the spirit, like I will give you an example. As a child, whenever people from my school would invite me to their house and say, "Hey, would you like to come and play at our house? Could you ask your mom, can I come play at your house?" It was like right at that exact moment, once they invited me, before I can even be like, "Yeah," I have an open vision of what their house looked like, literally. And it used to freak me out as a kid. Of course, I wasn't brought up in a home that would train me spiritually for what was happening, but that was the gift of discernment at a very young age, and it helped me avoid a lot of trouble and danger. I remember in particular one time there was a young man. He was like, "Hey, I collect all these butterflies. You want to come see them?" And when he said that, I was like, "Yeah, butterflies," because I loved, you know, animals and different things of that sort, like those type of animals, butterflies and ladybugs. It was ladybugs, not butterflies. He said, "I have a whole basement full of ladybugs." And so I'm like, "Yeah, cool." But there was a halting in my spirit for sure. And it was like right when I said, "Yeah, I want to go," I had this open vision of his house being spooky. And I didn't understand it. And this is what made me start paying attention to what God was telling me, because I went to his house. Boy took me downstairs. He did have a bunch of ladybugs, but this little boy had a spirit of perversion and tried to SA me at a young age. Pulled out his private parts, wanted to show me his private parts. I had never been so terrified. I wasn't exposed to that type of stuff. And I had never been so terrified in my life because we didn't go inside of his house. He took me down in like a little, where you open up the basement and go down into the basement down there. It was like a little house down there, but he had all of these ladybugs. And he lured me into that place to see those ladybugs, and then got down there and a young boy. Now I'm thinking about it, like, who taught you that? Trying to kiss me, trying to pull out his private parts. You know, I was like, I got to make sure that my brother, I was trying to find every which way to get out of the situation because it was a dangerous situation. First of all, I'm on y'all property. I don't even know your parents. They could lock me down here in this cellar. Um, I made up something. I was like, "Look, I'm gonna come right back, okay? I just need to make sure that my brother get in, because if I don't, then I'm gonna get in trouble." So he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He was like, "Take this, so I know that you coming back." So I took. It was like a little ruler. He was like, "Take this, so I know that you coming back." And once I got up, because you had to go up the stairs, come out of this basement. Once I got to the top, I just went to holler for my brother. I knew he was somewhere in the vicinity. I just didn't know where he was at. Because he would walk with his friend, I would walk with my friend, and this boy was in my class. And so I had to tell my brother what he did. And of course, my brother beat the brakes off of him, literally. But that was my very first experience with believing what my spirit said to me and not thinking I'm crazy, because exactly what God showed me, that the house was spooky, it was spooky. And he was warning me of danger. Now, I gave y'all that example. That was the first time. And then over the course of times, as I was growing up, he would warn me of people. That's why to this day, I'm not a people's person like that. I can discern a person instantly, whether you are an evil spirit or you are a good spirit, whether something is off. If people show images of men who did bad things to children, it was like, yeah, this one did this to a 8-year-old little girl. I'm like, how y'all didn't see that? Because I can clearly look at him and say, yeah, I can identify the spirit instantly, and not just people that touch young people inappropriately, but also when you see these little kids that went and pew-pewed up to school and then they show their photos, it's like, how y'all did? That was a red flag all day long. It's like I can see maybe what other people can't see. But what God revealed to me a couple of days ago, and this is the first time that this has ever happened to me. I was in prayer and I saw a vision of a Caucasian man. This Caucasian man had on, how I can best describe it is, if anybody ever used to watch MacGyver, I think that's his name. He had on this like tan jacket, and he didn't wear a shirt on under it. If you watch MacGyver, I think that's what it is. I really do believe that's what it is, because he was dressed like somebody from the 1980s, and I'm still trying to get revelation of what that is. Hi, brother Tajir, how are you? I'm still trying to get revelation of um, what did the 80s, the dress code of the 80s, here we are into 2025, but what did that dress code or that style from back then in the 80s, what did that symbolize in this vision? This was not a dream. This was a open vision, and I saw him. He even had like the hair like we used to have them ducktails, and it was golden. But he had on a red MAGA hat, "Make America Great Again." And first thing that I was able to identify was that he was like a decoy, that he put on that hat to disguise himself as being something he was not. This person was not a Trump supporter or a conservative or a Make America Great Again person. He was operating as a decoy, but he was in the airports with very evil intentions of harming a lot of people. So pray over the airways, pray over the airports. And I really believe that there is a planned attack that somebody is going to try to pull off to make it seem like this person harmed a lot of people, and they from the far right, they're from MAGA, they're from the Trump administration, or they're one of his followers. So you guys keep that in prayer. I was led to share that just for witnesses purposes. That's it. I was like, what is this? And for 2 days, I sat on it because I wanted to get a deeper understanding. And like I said, there's one piece that I still have not got revelation. Why was this person dressed, like he was in the 80s? But clear as day, he had on a MAGA hat. It was like maybe somebody from the old and the new. I'm still trying to get that. But clearly I saw that, and this person, you know, had some real evil intentions, some catastrophic intentions to hurt a lot of people. So I open this up by saying, be vigilant, the Bible tells you to be sober and vigilant. And that word sober don't mean sober from alcohol, even though you should be sober from alcohol, because if you are intoxicated, you are not in your right mind. But that word sober means to be alert. Vigilant is to be watching, to be watchful. There are people in this country, not even foreign people, right here, domestic, homegrown, demonic people that want to do evil and want to do evil on a mass scale, like for real, for real. Before I sat down here today, and it really then got out of control with the young people. This is the second school terror, mass terror, like mass. They got it planned out. This is a young woman, or I don't know if it was a boy that is identifying as a woman. I'm not too for sure, but this was a young woman 2 days ago supposed to carry out this attack on Valentine's Day at a school. Now there are two teenagers who have been um, caught for trying to unalive a bunch of young people at a school. They had a whole terrorist operation. However, they were tracked down, traced down. Bless God that they thwarted that attack, but there are so many others. Okay, if you have children, I can't say this enough, and this is coming from a bereaved parent. I don't trust not one system with my children. God gave me my children, and God does not take from anybody. Those are the attributes of the devil. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. If you see theft happening in your life, if you seem like you do get money in, but you can't keep money in, or you get money in and it's running through, a bag with holes in it, if you see that you just can't get far enough ahead, if you see that you just can't get enough of what you need, that is a spirit of theft. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Destroy lives, destroy your happiness, destroy your peace, destroy relationships, destroy. Anything that has those attributes are demonic, period. God came that we may have life and have life more abundantly. Total opposite. So I do not trust any system. I can't even take that risk anymore, ever again, for the simple fact that I was very gullible, doing the whole American thing, going to work, making sure my kids was in public school in this system, getting an education. So I thought, okay, they were passing my son, who is now deceased, the first child that's deceased, they were just passing him on, claiming he was failing because he wasn't doing his work, but steady passing him to the next grade. And then teaching them what they want to teach them, what they feel that they should know about Christopher Columbus and stuff that don't even benefit us in any capacity, okay? Because the majority of it is lies in that book. Um, nevertheless, I will never trust my child in a system like that, ever. And even more so now that where your kid can go into one of them systems and never come out. Mm-mm. No, that is unacceptable. If you got an angry employee, mad because he was fired, or you got a disgruntled child, a confused child, then the consequence of you sending your child into their system. And you know what really bothers me? I don't even know why I'm going here, but I'm going here, okay? The Holy Spirit gonna drive tonight. But what bothers me is the American system If our child leaves our house and they say, for instance, they walk to school and they get into a fight on the way to school, or they get into an altercation with another schoolmate on the way to school, the school has the jurisdiction from the moment they shut your front door, right? So that's why you'll see a child who didn't even make it to the campus and had a fight still get suspended. When they dismiss that child from school and that child makes it back to your door, they relinquish, accountability or rights, responsibility for that child. So if that being the case, if I send my child and you assume all responsibility of my child as soon as they leave my house and they make it to your campus, and something like that happens on your campus, who's responsible? Because these parents have to go pick up and move on. And please don't think offering money, 2 million, 10 million for a life is justified. You can have so much money and be sick, miserable, hurt, been there, done that. Money can help that pain. Money cannot help that pain. It can help you moving forward to help others. It could help you move forward to move a mission or move a movement if you are strong enough to do that. But it also comes with, you can't talk about what happened. It also comes with, a gag order, a NDA. You can't disclose or write books about it or talk about it anymore. Come with stipulations. That money don't mean nothing. There is no justice. And then later on down the line, you go back and you find out that y'all had warning signs that this kid was off. You come out all of a sudden, yeah, the social media pages said that he had ties to this and that he was making this type of tweets and stuff. Now you got 20 some children gone, traumatized forever for the ones who ain't gone. This system is so evil. They create the crisis because out of crisis comes control. Don't think for a second that these planes going down, it's just all of a sudden now, all of a sudden the planes are going down. This is so strategic. Hear me. You need to be 1000% prayed up. You need to be 1000% discernful. You need to know, should I go to work today? Should I go to the store today? Should I go to the doctor's office today? Should I get on that highway today? Should I take this street today? Should I make that turn today? Should I wear this outfit today? Real talk. It may sound weird, but I don't care how weird it sounds. I'm a watchman. Okay? Warning comes before destruction. And God doesn't will that any of us, the enemy wants to snub our life prematurely. There are people who died that should not have. It just wasn't their time. They died prematurely. And that's not something that I'm just saying from a physical standpoint. Scriptural, Lazarus died before his time. Period. That's why he was resurrected. No, get on up. It ain't your time. The little girl who fell sick with a fever who had died. Peter's mother-in-law who was sick and passed away. He said, no, they just sleep and chill out. They good. Come on and get up. Many times in scriptures where people have died prematurely because they did not heed the warning. So I wanted to share that with y'all first and foremost. Please be discerning. Please pay attention. Watch your surroundings because that is what I saw. And you never know what these people are out here plotting and planning. You really don't know. That's just one attack that I saw. I'm sure there are multiple people who absolutely hate what is going on. And the more that the media stokes fears and fans the flame of hate and all of this stuff, the worse it gets. So please be vigilant, be sober, always. Okay? Make sure you are aware of your surroundings. Put them phones down when you out. Put the phones down when you out. Okay? Pay attention. These planes that are just dropping are not dropping for no reason. They not crashing for no reason. If you have to rearrange, if you have to get on there, then you need to be vocal about being on here. While I'm on this plane, you know, it won't go down. Whatever you need to do. If God tell you to get on it, then it's you good. But you at least need to be praying. You definitely need to do that. Um, there are some changes coming to anybody that you know that's on Social Security, on food stamps, on any type of government assistance program, Medicaid. There are cuts coming to that stuff. There has been a lot of waste and fraud found in that stuff. When I found out that they were paying money to 305-year-olds, that was something way back in Genesis, something way back in, Exodus. Folks lived to 900 years. That was a thing. But there is no such person unless we don't know about them. Unless there's people living amongst us that we don't know about. But to be paying Social Security to a 300-year-older is just crazy bananas. It really is. And this is not a moment for people to be panicking. God is watching his people panic. And there's no reason for you to panic. Stand yourself straight up and create your own ecosystem. Build your own ark. Nobody else is responsible for building you an ark. You build your own ark. And then you will not be affected by what this evil regime is planning on doing. Trump has powers, but there's things that have already been set in motion, laws that have been passed to some of this stuff is going to definitely happen. And the biggest one of them all is the economic crash. The economic crash, okay, they just said last night, I don't know if y'all watched it. I happened to glance by it and listen because I want to know what's going on. I have no political party. I have no dog in the fight, but I am very much alert and I am very much paying attention, especially so I know how to move. Okay? According to their movements, you know how much time you're working with. And if they moving at lightning speed, then I need to be moving at lightning speed. I don't need to be beating my feet while they record, years ahead of me. No, I have to make sure that I am alert, sober, and that I am watching so that I know how to go put my faith and my actions together. Dr. T, I remember when my son was in second grade, he had a situation at school to where he defecated, I think, on himself, my precious young son, and they left him in the office like that till I picked him up. Yeah, that's a wicked place. Um, it really is. It really, really is. And I get really, really emotional when I think about um, some of the things that go on in there. I was a para educator, a substitute teacher. So for whatever reason, I don't know why God had me infiltrate these different places. Okay. I was going to be, and I had got approved to be a correctional officer. And once I got on the inside of that and I I realized in training that when you shoot in there, you don't shoot to wound. And that's why most people don't understand why the police shoot to kill people. Why did you have to shoot them 40 something times? Why did you have to shoot them 17 times? This is something that they learn in training. You don't never shoot to wound. You shoot to kill. And when I passed my agility test, I passed my written test, I passed my basic common knowledge test. But when it came to that shooting, I'm not a killer. And I don't even want to take a job where I have to do something like that. And I asked them specifically, like, can we shoot? Because I don't mind hitting you in your pinky toe. And that could be fatal, especially if it hit an artery. But I don't mind disarming you. I don't mind defending myself. But if you tell me and tell me the parts where I have to shoot you, which I know will be 1000% fatal, I turn that down. I got into the medical field. When I found out that this stuff is so deep, y'all, for real, and I'm not even gonna take all night here to tell y'all. There's some things that I don't talk about. When I tell y'all and I be cracking joke about all these gray hairs and stuff that I got and I be trying to peek out, y'all see that? They all on the back of my neck and my eyebrow. I'm like, Lord, you did not have to do me like that, okay? At least you could have let my hair look like that when I hit like 58, 60. That would have been cool. But I started getting gray hairs like at 30, 20 something. It runs in my family heavily. Nevertheless, I research a lot. Okay. And when I got behind the scenes, and I did not have no interest in medical whatsoever, I just felt compelled to go to school for it. And I found out after my son died, if I not had gone to school for it, I wouldn't know the medical terminology when they try to come pull a fast one on a dumb black girl, according to what they thought I was. When they try to come tell me that my son had some type of heart disease, I'm like, you lying. And I got records right here. The day my son died, God said, call every doctor that you ever took him to from Missouri to California and get their medical records. And what was so tripped out about it was when I called to obtain the medical records, the first thing that they ask you is this for lawyers? Is this for legal purposes? But I was able to get all of his medical records and hit him with that. Like, you lying straight up. My baby was not born with anything of the sort. So you gonna have to come again. Don't come out here. Oh well, this is just a preliminary autopsy. No, we just wait. The full autopsy comes back in about 6 months. But this is just a preliminary. No, you're not gonna put that on there. You're just not. So then when it came out with the full one, they say that he suffered 4 myocardial infarctions. We wouldn't know what in the hell myocardial infarctions mean. We don't even know what stat means in the medical terminology unless you're in the medical terminology field, right? We don't know stat means immediately. We don't know that unless we in the medical field. So I had to go to school to learn this terminology. So when I got his full autopsy report and saw that my son had 4 myocardial infarctions, those are heart attack marks. Every time your heart is attacked, it leaves a scar. And so it told me that this scar was 4 years old and that this scar was 3 years old. He had a heart attack every single year. And he had a heart attack 2 weeks before he passed away. Right? So the doctors and stuff, whenever he would have chest pain, because that's what he would complain of. Mama, my chest hurt. Take him to the hospital. They would tell me he's perfectly fine. They'd take him off of sports, take him off of any strenuous activities, never take him off of his medication. And the medication was what was causing him to have the heart attacks. So that's how I ended up having a lawsuit against him because I took medical. I went to medical school and got a degree for it. Once I infiltrated the system and learned that all of them practice medicine and nobody know what they really doing. Nobody. If you come in there to me and you tell me I have a runny nose and I've had a headache and I've had some bumps like rashes pop up on my arm, I'm going to go into a computer system or a big old dictionary. It's the medical dictionary book. It's called the ICD-9. And I'm going to go find the symptom for fever. And then I'm going to look up runny nose and I'm going to look up rash. And I'm going to put those codes into the system and they're going to give me what they think it is. They don't know. But they're going to say those 3 symptoms is potentially that. So diagnose them with that and then let them know. And then you can give them some medicine, see if that works. And this is why they tell you if it doesn't work or your symptoms doesn't improve, go to the emergency or contact us back because they just practicing medication. So then I infiltrated the school system by becoming a substitute teacher. Okay. And I began to see, trying to think about how I want to word my words. The school system is in bed with other systems. That's what I'll say. It's a place where they definitely conspire together to remove children from homes legally, all in the name of we want to make sure that the child is safe and different things of that sort. Um, they also have a whole setup where if children come to school and they popping up a little bit more than the other ones is popping up, then you can actually make a referral for them to be evaluated from a psychiatrist. Um, so there's a lot of systems that are not working, are instituted for our benefit whatsoever. And in these same systems that make these grave mistakes and cause people a life sentence of pain. And I want you to think about this. Imagine, let's see the best way I can say this. If you a lady, you'll understand this, but I want to use a metaphor that men and females can understand. But the best way I know how to describe it is a woman having on some high heels that are so cute, and them bad boys hurt your feet so bad that after a while you be shaking in your body because if you take one more step, it feel like your feet gonna fall off. Literally, like they just going to be cut. Some 2 little shoes that hurt your feet so bad that you cannot take them off. And you have to wear those mugs for the rest of your life. That is the equivalent to how deep or how bad the pain hurt, where everything in your body hurts. And you are sentenced like that for the rest of your life. There will not be, every year, and every year you now have a new date to remember the day they died, and then the day you buried them. And then every birthday and every holiday, it is absolutely tormenting. And nobody is held responsible for that. When people accidentally in the medical field unalive your loved one, all in the name of medical malpractice, there's no justification for that. There's no benefits from that. I know a young lady let her son go in there to have a simple surgery and he never made it out. And she is struggling. Just seen it a couple days ago, another person went to the doctor and it was a young girl, I think she was a teenager, went in for 9 years old, matter of fact, not even a teenager, went in for a simple procedure, some blood work. And the phlebotomist drawing the blood punctured an artery. in there fishing in the little girl's arm. Because when you cannot find the vein, that is a dangerous thing for people to do. You don't ever let people fish. That's what you call fishing, because they're fishing for the vein. And she busted the baby's artery. The baby bled out instantaneously and did not recover. That's called medical malpractice. Why? Because they are practicing. I'm going to the great physician. Make no mistakes. He created everything about me. My hair, my eyes, everything about me. Everything that is out of place, he can give me insight on how to get that thing back up and running, okay? Every seed-bearing herb on planet Earth is given as healing and as meat for the children. You just got to go do your research. What cures this? What helps this? What takes away inflammation? What help study that medication? Okay? I know they ain't going to like that. I know they're not going to like this. But I just feel led to tell y'all, stock up on as many vitamins and get your body in the best shape that you can get your body in. Okay? Exercise. Do some walking, some sprinting. Get them lungs pumping. Because we are not ready for what is to come. And I'm going to leave that there. Okay? I'm going to leave that right there. That is my another teachable, moment. Another teachable moment. Okay? That's that moment for us all. Be wise, be vigilant, be sober. Pray over your child if you got to send your child somewhere out of your care. Pray over your child. I done sat in cafeterias while teachers look for children with signs. And I'm not talking about signs of physical signs of, abuse, but their demeanor, their character, how they interact with other children, how much food they want to eat. Some of the weirdest, dumbest stuff piss me off. I say, yeah, I can't be here because it'll turn into something else. So I can't be here. When I tell you I have tried a lot of things and been a lot of things, and I just believe that I was put in those positions to learn the very system that has oppressed so many people, to expose it. And I am the woman for the job. I have suffered for this. For real, for real. I have suffered like beyond human comprehension for this. So I wanted to tell y'all that I don't want anybody else to suffer. Every time I show up, it's a campaign. It's a weird way of justice. I don't ever want nobody to feel this type of pain. I mean, the most evilest person in the world. Let me think about who could be the most evilest person in the world. I just because it's a human being, I would not want even the most evilest person in the world. And I'm not going to cap to y'all. Joe Biden is a human being, and I am commanded to pray for him. So is Kamala Harris. So is Barack Obama. So is a lot of these Bill Gates and these deep-seated evil people that I can care less about. I mean, really less about. That it's like, God, if they go to sleep permanently, they will not be missed because they that evil. When you can unalive that many people and still go to sleep like you evil. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You just pure evil. And that type of evilness need to be put to sleep eternally. For real, for real. But I don't wish that pain on even them people. I just do not. I was needing it. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm about to be jumping off in like 30 minutes, but what are you getting? Oh, that's fine. The same thing. 200 potatoes. Okay? Yes, please. Um, my apologies, right? The people that buy up the land or take people out to move the way you want to, not organize or caring about our youth, which is our future. That's a big thing. That's a very big thing about our youth. Um, and I'll talk about that more the next time I come by here, but it's a big thing. I say it all the time intermittently whenever I am able to share the youth, the young people. Um, yeah, I'll definitely talk about that. If it's not fentanyl, it's mental health. If it's not mental health, I mean, our young people should never be thinking about going to go. I mean, on the level of darkness that they thinking about going to go do. Like, the only way I'll satisfy my pain, and then they seek this power to be on TV. It's really, really demonic. That I want to make history. Want my name to go down in history, and that is a type of history that they choose to take. But it comes from them young kids. And if you want to be technical, real technical, and I don't mind saying it because I didn't been there, done that. It's easier to diagnose our children with ADD, ODD, autism, all of that stuff. It's easy to diagnose them with that because, one second, y'all. And we are going to begin to see a lot of those records. And unfortunately, there are a lot of Caucasian children that are on that, but it is a lot of melanated children on that. And the parents don't do no research about it. They don't know that is the leading cause to addiction as a child get older. They don't have a clue because they'll offer them a social security check. They will offer them offer the child a social security check. So a lot of us in our community accept the diagnosis in exchange for the social security check. But they put them children on and they call psychotropic. Make that thing go like that. Um, and once they gone like that, I mean, it's just basically you looking at a shell without a soul, for real, for real. Giving children, and what I'm saying to y'all is scientifically and researched. You better believe that I went and researched. I had no other choice. I wanted to know. It's the other one. That one and some of those. Get out, Marcus. um, so a lot of the children that you see doing that is on some type of okay. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be getting off of here in probably about 20 minutes. I wanted to come by here and offer you guys some opportunities. All these job layoffs, all of this stuff that's happening, all these cutbacks. One thing that I will say is that Elon Musk and Donald Trump has come to a conclusion. I know there's a lot of people bickering and complaining, and oh my God, uh, the Nazis and this man's a dictator and he's all of this. But literally, with the money that he is finding that has been wasted on programs such as sending $2 million to India, um, to monitor grass and dumb stuff like this. Dumb stuff that does not benefit us as Americans, but it comes out of our pockets. The money that they are taking back from those programs. Um, and when I say they're taking money back away from programs, just to be 100% crisp and crystal clear, is that they're not dismantling the program itself, they're dismantling the funding to certain things that's supposed to be wrapped up into this program. Meaning, they'll get a grant or they'll get a contract for 10 million and it's supposed to go to helping young children that are at risk, to helping, making sure they have an after school program, if they have any type of sports or anything like that, that they want to get in, that they have scholarships, keep them on a straight path. That money never goes to those type of children. Actually, it will be funded or it will be funneled to something else. So he is dismantling the programs, and that's one of the things about contracts. When you start learning contracts, I could take a contract that says I need I need an excavationer, I need a dump truck person, I need I need an inspector. Say, for instance, it's a construction project, and I'm the primary on the contract. And it might say it needed an accounting. It might say that it need a field inspector. I'm not all of those things. So my job is to go find the excavator. My job is to go find the inspector. My job is to go find the person that lays the concrete. My job is to find the administrator and pay them from the contract, if that makes sense. So there be a lot of programs under one contract. This could be a Department of Education contract, but it'll say 2 million of this 10 million must go to transgender research. 1 million must go to, um, having crisis counselors for those who don't know their identity. It'll have stuff intermingled into that contract like that. So those are the programs that are being dismantled, not the whole entire program. However, it will affect people, um, especially as they cut back the funding. When you start cutting back people money, they start chopping off other programs that they feel can go and save their own behinds and save their own selves. But what Donald Trump and Elon Musk was discussing, and even there has been some talks, and Donald Trump did say he would agree upon giving uh, Americans $5,000 from the money that they're taking back from these wasteful spending programs. So people will have $5,000 in their bank account to kind of like boost the economy, give people, a little leeway, a little, help. So that's something that is um, supposedly in the works now. Hopefully, people will take that. Don't go and spend that, splurge that up. Mm-mm. If you happen to get that and they pass that, I don't believe he shouldn't, because he was the one who was behind the PPP and helping people through the pandemic. Now he's trying to help people through this inflation. You know that the cost of food is outrageous, and so as a as a mean to kind of just help out everybody, that is something that is coming down the pipeline. Okay. Nevertheless, I want to offer you guys a couple opportunities, and then I'm gonna go. I'm tired. Um, and just want to relax and rest my eyeballs. They hurt, and these lights, how bright these lights are, okay? They really bother my eyes whenever they're on. And sometimes I don't want to get on here and y'all just be hearing my voice through the computer, not being able to see my face. I like to be very interactive with my cousins, okay, and anybody that I'm talking to. So if you see me squinching, That's why the lights are very, very bright. And I have several of them in the room, one over here, one over there, just for the lighting and make all of this look as best as it possibly can. But if you guys know, let me see by uh, hand raise. Do you know anybody who has check systems? No, it's not check. Yes, it is check systems. If they are on check systems, and I can say I know a lot of people. They fumbled the bank account, did something dumb. They got on check systems, so now they're not able to get bank accounts. There is a legal way to have that removed out of that system, and your girl, like always, got the plug on that. Okay, if you are on, if you need to move and you are on, I think it's called like rent identifier. If you have an eviction and it's not actually on your credit, it's on a third party, and I believe it's called where they do a background. Let me tell you what the name of it is instead of trying to guess. Hold on. Minister to me as I minister to you, Holy Ghost. Minister to me. Oh, it's the tenant screening. Think, Tawana, it's the tenant screening. So if you have evictions on the tenant screening, and sometimes when people um, want to run your background or you want to go apply for a home, that's a part of their verification is to run your background. So if you have any past behaviors that you're not too happy about, or if you have any evictions on that tenant screening, you can actually delete and remove that or freeze it so that you can get approved for some other stuff. Okay. I'm starting here low and then I'll go ahead and work myself right on up. But I have this check system and eviction, um, crime background eviction screening removal. I have that whole play for y'all, okay? I'm always going to push credit because one thing that I have learned in my 46 years is this. If my parents, somebody in the hood, I don't care who it was, a mother or an elder down the street, if somebody would have told me to work on my credit and the importance of credit a long time ago, I know for sure I'll probably be up there, if not shoulder to shoulder, bypass Elon Musk and Bill Gates as the richest men in the world. I would have bypassed them. Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett, I would have bypassed them. If I would have had the right tools, I could have made the right moves. But I may didn't have them then, I have them now. And I'm going to forever tell my people, if you want to get rid of your financial woes, get your credit together. Period. If you want to solve your money problems, if you want to solve your rejection, denial problems, if you want to solve your lack problems, get your credit fixed. That should be your first priority. It might don't feel like it should, but that should be your first priority. If you fix your credit, you'll fix your money problems. Hands down. Hands down. If you fix your credit, you will fix your future and you will fix your finances for the future. Hear me clearly. If you don't take no wisdom from me, take that wisdom from me. Okay? If you fix your credit, you fix your money problems just like this here. Come on and move. I don't know why this thing be saying it's loading data. I need to move this out my way over here. Minister to me as I minister to you. Man, wow. Look at my brother Nakil. Sky first helped me. Now check this out. This brother is from India. I'm glad he's right here. Um, this brother is from India. And I don't even know if he's 21 yet. I know that he was dirt poor, but when I sat down with him and did an interview, I was so impressed by this dude. He represented himself like he was already a seven-figure earner. There was no negotiations on his prices. He like, this is what I do. This is what I'll help you do. This is how much I'll help you. I mean, he handled himself in the most. There's only two young men that I have ever seen like that. Him, and I'm going to show you another one. I've had the honors of working with them both. But this one right here did 100 million when he hadn't even hit a million. He started off serving and helping other people make a million. And this was just what, I'm going to not try to expose my messages, but I'm finna show you. Minister. Oh yeah, I do need to go there. Hold on. Just want to show you. This when I start working with him. Minister. As you see, 2021. Well in 2021. I start having meetings with him. And maybe even before that. This is a brother who helped me get to the bag root. Hey, Tawana, I promise to help you get 5 mastermind clients. I know we can help you with that. I mean, this young brother was on his stuff, and to see this young man hit 100 million, 100 million. Oh, he didn't went off the screen. This is the other young brother who I knew he would go really far. And let me tell y'all something about connections. Okay? Let me tell y'all something about connections. I'm a part of several chamber of commerce, and I invited him out to my ribbon cutting ceremony where I would have the mayor and some other chamber elected officials there for the ribbon cutting ceremony. He catered the event for me. I'm going to pull up his face so you can see him. I still got his bottle of sauce in my cabinet to this day. Here we go. This brother was so on point. Do you understand me? He came with a money green briefcase when he came to come and collect the money and sit down and go over how, the order of events. Because whenever I do any type of event, I do it as I'm doing it unto the Lord. It's going to be immaculate. I want you to come and I want you to have the best encounter. I don't want you to come to an event. I want you to come into a counter, because encounters change people's lives. So whenever I am putting them together, I am putting them together under the divine instruction and inspiration of the Holy Spirit. From where you're going to stay at, to where the event, what food you're gonna eat. So he makes a lot of shrimp, that type of stuff. His prices are not his prices is his prices. Much respect. But I invited him out, and he catered the event for me, not knowing that by him coming to cater the event for me, he was going to connect with the mayor herself and some of the other high officials the next week. He was invited to chef for them. Okay. That turned into him meeting Hulk Hogan because Hulk Hogan was at that meeting. And that led him to get on Celebrity Chef and so many other things, like real talk. He's been all over. He didn't even been on Dr. Phil. Check him out. He didn't even been on Dr. Phil. That door opened so many doors for this young man. Just for him being in the right place at the right time. Real talk. And his food is really good. But he told me I wasn't even going to come. He said I had another engagement where I had to go prepare for a big party. I needed them last minute. I found them on a website. Real talk. I didn't know if his food was good or not because usually when I do business with somebody, we locked in for good. If you do me good, we locked in for good. So I'll always call you back every single time. And the lady that I usually have catering my events was not available. She was down in Louisiana. So I had to find him last minute. But that just goes to show you, I share that because getting in rooms and other people's connections, you just one destiny helper, divine destiny helper away from your breakthrough. I am so proud of this young man and the other young man because I didn't watch them do great and mighty things. I didn't watch God take them and do amazing things. The other guy came from Hard Knock. He come from over there in India, like he really impoverished, poor, really. I mean, really poor. But all things are possible to those who believe. Be encouraged by that. All things are possible to those who believe. If you get your your credit fixed. I tell my people this all the time. You can run out of money and you have to wait to either make it. Some people go and do the 5-finger discount for it. Some people have to go in and pawn stuff for it. But if you got credit, you can turn that credit into money as you see on this screen here. Imagine not having no money, but your credit is cool. And now you got $30,000. You can always turn credit into money. Always. But you can't turn money into credit. And when you run out of money, you just got to wait on payday or you got to wait until you get some more. That's not the story with credit. If you got credit, you can go and literally get some money like that, okay? So I have, do not be out here in these streets letting check systems and letting your past dictate where you can live if you need to move. There are a lot of things that have happened with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, with the credit reporting agencies that they now under fire. And now is the best time to get your whole credit profile cleaned up, taken care of. And so if you have any, um, you know, uh, criminal charges, probation, past tense stuff that comes up when you're renting, or if you know somebody who need that, I got the plug on that. Not only that, okay, I have a student loan debt cancellation template according to consumer law. Where your student loan, and I come by here, I done told y'all several times, there are consumer laws. I didn't even give y'all consumer laws so that you see them for yourself. I'm not going to do that on tonight because I don't have that type of time. But you can go look up US 151666B. You can go look up US 151666A. It is illegal to report financial transactions on your consumer report. It is absolutely illegal. Okay? And student loans is a financial transaction. They tell the creditors whether your loan is in default, if it's in forbearance, how much you didn't paid on it, how much interest you have. That's all financial transactions. Have you ever been late? So I have a legal student loan debt cancellation notice. There is actually a class action lawsuit now that Trump and Elon over there dismantling this Consumer Financial Protection Bureau for mismanaging money and lots of it. Now you can go on over there and be like, look, while you at it, y'all under fire. So play with me if you want to. Go ahead and remove that student loans off. And they're actually doing a class action lawsuit. So I have that whole entire bundle for $97. If you need anything removed from the tenant screening background, okay, you can have a good credit score, but you have a background from the past or you have an eviction, you need them removed, deleted and removed. And this gives you the ability to have those deleted and removed. If you are on check systems and you cannot get a bank account because you fumbled your bank account, you can be removed out of check systems. I got the play. And if you need the student loan debt cancellation uh, template to send in, it's already done for you. It's already created for you. It's already written up for you. Literally, all you have to do is print it out, put your information in there, and put that bad boy in the mail. I have the whole entire bundle for $97. Anybody on this live want that? When I end this live, the student loan is $97. Okay, the um, the eviction and the criminal background is $97. Okay, separately. So you don't get the same deal offline. Now you can get it offline, but if you buy it while I am live, you get that 3-in-1 bundle for the price of one. Check systems, criminal background, evictions, and student loan debt cancellation template, $97. Is there anybody that want that? Okay, I'm only gonna offer it once. I'm just gonna keep on moving on about what it is that I'm here for, about the mission, about the messaging. Okay, anybody want that here? And I will wait a couple of moments. This is something not only that you can take and say, well, it don't apply to me. I don't have any of that. How many people do you know that have those issues? This is called a stream of income. Hello, somebody. Okay? It's called a stream of income. I don't need it. I don't have anything criminal in my background. I don't need it. I don't have those things. I'm not in check system. But I got it because there's people that I do know that need it. Okay? I got it because I do know that there's people that need it. So with that being said, I'm not going to hone too much on that. Whether you get it now, as long as you seeing this live, the discount and the offer stands. All three of those for $97. Now, Next thing is I have the craft to currency coming up next week. And I promise y'all do not want to miss this. Okay? This is a 4-day intensive where you are going to literally create your digital product that you are going to sell by day number 2. You're going to be ready to make some revenue. I'm going to show you how to consistently do minimum 3K to 10K. 3K is on the lazy end if you want to be lazy. You can't do under that, especially the strategies that I'm going to teach you and help you set this thing up so you are without excuse. There's a lot of procrastinators. They'll buy the replay, they'll buy the workshop for the replay, put it in the back burner, never use it. No, we're not doing that. We're not going to wait weeks until you say, oh, I'll just go and study it by myself, and it never gets up and running and done. We're getting it done on the intensive. That's why it's 4 days. You're going to craft your digital product. We're going to niche down and find your targeted audience. I am going to help you set up your website. Okay? I'm going to help you set up your website. And then I'm going to help you set up your social media platform where you're going to sell these digital products so you are without excuse. And I'm going to show you how to do exactly what I'm going to teach you every single month. Right now, you need to be having something for graduation. That's how far ahead they be of us. They're marketing graduation stuff now. Okay? And it happens in the stores too. Now that Valentine's Day is over with, you go into Walmart, you finna see everything for Mother's Day and for Easter. Easter first, but we in February. We ain't even went into March and April, but you're gonna see Easter stuff in there for sure. So I'm gonna teach you how to get you a tool in your hand that make you money on demand. Y'all put that in the chat. Tool in my hand and make me money on demand. I am going to show you how to make you a tool that you have in your hand to make you money on demand. And then I'm going to help you with the platforms. You can, and one of the platforms, which is the website, it already has auto DM and all of this other stuff that we used to have to go pay for this, pay for that, pay for this, pay for that. Truth be told, all them tabs y'all be seeing at the top of my screen, those are subscriptions to certain things that, oh, I need this to go with that and need this to go with that. It ain't never been this easy to make money. So I am going to help you do that. It is $197 for the 4 days, right? And in the 4 days, we're not playing anymore. I'm not waiting on people to procrastinate. I need you to have something in your hand, and I'm going to ensure that you have something in your hand that you can literally set it one time. And every month you can get paid from something you do one time. It's like writing a book and getting royalties for the rest of your life. You do it one time, tool in your hand so you have money on demand. We all need it. We all need extra resources like never before, okay? So that is my commitment to everybody that show up. I'm not just teaching you so you can go and do it by yourself into more. Okay, my intensive will be intense because you will create money on my watch. And you will have it set up so you ain't got to figure it out and later on. No, I'm going to make sure that you are put together and you have something to sell for even St. Patrick's Day. You got to get a hold of the game, because if you're using print on demand, it takes time to be shipped. But what I do love about Printful and print on demand with our digital products is our digital products can be shipped out in 2 to 3 days. So they still, receive it in good enough timing. And right now we have time to still, start making spring beach towels. They finna be on the beach for spring break. Start making, those Stanley cups and those isolated or insulated, metal cups. They're gonna have their beer in that. They're gonna be at the beach in Florida. They're gonna be at the beach Panama. They're gonna be at the beach in California. All the major hotspots. You can start advertising that now and make a $10,000 bag by next month, and then already just take your images and swap them out for Mother's Day, and then take those images, a couple of images, and swap them out for Father's Day. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, it is $197 on this live. When it's live in, it is $297. Tomorrow, and as close as we get to this, it will be $397, and that will be the final price. Okay, for the simple fact, it's $100 a day. For my time, for my expertise, for my wisdom to help you put it together, to handhold you to put this thing together. Okay, it's not a lot of money for 2 to 3 hours of my time. $97. Most people go to work making $20 an hour, make more than what I would make in a day. Okay, in a day. So it's $197. Anybody want access to that? Put a 2 in the chat. Just let me know. I'm gonna keep it moving. I got 2 more things available. Okay, is it 2 or maybe 1? I think it's 2. Oh yeah, it is 2. Okay, so now those what I have: 97, 197. Now, and just let me know if anybody is interested in getting a. Well, I'm gonna just say this: anybody interested in being able to find cars at auctions, for the low wholesale price, $1,700 for a 2022 Chevy Malibu, $5,000 for a 2023 Jeep, $100 for a bank repo, okay, $10,000 for an F-250. If you are interested, and this is just a part of another aspect to our transportation business, because this is a part of transportation. You can become a car lot, a wholesaler. You can literally buy the vehicles yourself for yourself. Really doesn't matter. But if ain't nobody interested in that, I'm not even gonna waste my time with it. Okay, but I did remember that I have that, and I can help you get your wholesaler license. I can help you go in and buy vehicles, turn around, flip them, in record breaking time. I do have some people that I'm hooking up with, but y'all know I'll be coming by here to tell my cousins about it. What else was the other one? Oh, government contracts. Let me show y'all this, because y'all sleep on me. And I'm not going to keep on trying to get y'all to see all of this, but I need y'all to see all of this. Because this is all what you are sleeping on. That's right. I missed all of what you were saying, still doing chores, but I'm with you, sister. Yes, that transportation is what I was waiting for. Okay. So, yeah, when I tell you that I am expanding my territories, before it's all over with, you all gonna be like, dang, Dr. T wasn't playing. When I tell you that God says have so many streams of revenue, that you are not in a position where you just have to rely on 1 or 2. That's the dispensation of time that we're gonna be in, and it's real out here. And I'm not taking any of it for granted, and I'm not playing with any of it. But we are already in the transportation space, right? So we are adding this. Not only this, we're adding some other mobile transportation. Take a Sprinter van. Say, for instance, I buy celebrity hair from wholesalers. I can get in that van and travel all the way to the West Coast and sell out and make $10,000 just on hair. Come back, reload. I can go to Atlanta and just set up and be like, hey, look, y'all at an event? Okay, cool. This is what I have. And this is on demand. You get it. I can do that. There was a sister on here, I think maybe last week, who spoke about um, barbecue. She wanted to start a mobile barbecue. These are things you can do in Sprinter vans, okay? Y'all just don't really know how much money is really out there in the transportation space, but let me show you, okay? Let me show you. This will probably piss you off. This will probably piss you off in real life. Did I say it to myself? I did. Okay, we're going to, let me move that out the way because you got her number and all of that stuff. Oh. Okay. Y'all see how much this contract is for? $19 million. This is from the Department of Transportation. That's why I tell y'all about that transportation business when these government contracts equals trillions of dollars. Okay? Um, as you can see here, it tells you, do you want to accept this one or do you want to decline this one? These projects require a specific percentage of participation by subcontractors that are certified as disadvantaged business enterprise firms by the Texas DOT. As such, we aggressively pursue DBE participation by subcontractors. So my husband was invited to this $19 million. And just let me show you here, okay? Real quick. His name is right here, Marcus Worlds. So you know it's real, okay? All he got to do is go ahead and bid on it. 10 any information that they asking him to 10 and look at it, blah 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 blah. Y'all see it for yourself, okay? Marcus, honey. Oh, you got it. Marcus Worlds, okay? And then you clearly see $19 million contract. Oh, I was just telling him somebody's at the door. For the construction of replacement of existing bridge and approaches consisting of grading, widening structure, erosion control, and MBGF. I don't have to know any of that. I can care less. I can actually go and outsource this. It's called the middleman method. I can find people that do all of these things for the right price. Okay? It's $19 million to be exact. He just said they at the door. Open the door. Tell Daddy to open the door. Huh? No, it just said, here, give Daddy that phone. It just told me. Yeah, I'm coming, you guys. So that is one, as you can see. I'm not even going to offer y'all another opportunity to get over here if you don't take it tonight. Real talk. I'm just not. I don't see no use in it. That's why you don't hear me offering any of the other opportunities that I used to offer. see any use in it and nobody's, asked it. Okay, cool. Now, here is a solicitation. They don't even want to bid on this. This for your girl right here. This is with Dr. T. Okay? This came to mind, and this is for me being connected, okay, to an organization. This is for me being divinely connected, and they know what I do. They sends me a solicitation. Okay? This is a solicitation and an opportunity because of my connection here and because they know what I do. So now check out this. They want to pay me thousands of dollars to go to the store and purchase them some food items. Do y'all see that right here? This is the type of money that y'all missing out on. This is right in my backyard. I don't even have to bid on this. This is a solicitation. This is so cool. I told my kid's father about your husband and how he used to do the lies, but he is the king man with the plan. Thank you, love. Thank you. Okay. Food items. Y'all see what it say? Purchase of food items. That's all they wanted. Did you find it? Oh yeah, that's a 323 number. But you know what? You probably have to log into that account. Here, get this one. Use this one. So that's one, okay? Lots of money. Lots of money. And then here go the other one, okay? As you can see, here go another one. All they want you to do is maintenance their grounds. I got some cousins, some Hispanic cousins, that will go maintenance these grounds for me. I own the contract. They carry out the duties of the contract. The government receives its services that it paid all this money for, and everybody is satisfied. And I don't even have to bid. This is just a solicitation, how much I'm going to charge. And because I know how much money they got to spend. Okay? Government contracts. I am not going to allow anybody else, and when I say I have not gathered a group and gotten into the government contracts, because everybody that's in there is doing a big one. They doing a thing except the lazy folks. Real talk. But even the lazy folks still got access to go do their big one, to go do their thing. When I tell you that you can rack up $100,000 in the next 30 to 60 days just buying tuna for the government, buying water for the government, buying peanut butter from the government, buying bread for the government, buying ice. Did they find it? Okay. Buying little stuff, doorknobs, grease stoppers, hairbrushes. They like party supply stuff for holidays and different things of that sort. So for that mentorship, and that is all I'm offering is a mentorship. At this point for government contracts, you have to go find it somewhere else from my brothers that's charging y'all straight up $15,000 to learn the government contract game. And that's real. I can point y'all to 3 of them that charge over that. Real talk. Because I'm the disruptor, and I see now why they charge what they charge. I really do. When I first got started, I was just rambunctious to tell everybody. Got 250 people in a group in a government contracts. I mean, I was just really rambunctious, but I really began to see why you don't give certain type of information to certain type of people. And they had a contract, a really, really, really lucrative contract to play music for one of their churches out here in Texas. I mean, it's crazy in the government contracting space. One of the guarantees that I do have in the government contracting is my job is to get you your first contract within 2 weeks to 90 days of you taking this 8-week mentorship. Okay? 2 weeks to 90 days, you holding your very first contract. And rinse, wash, and repeat on that thing for however long you want to, because there is no cap or no time limit on government contracting. But it's $997 for that mentorship. I don't believe that if you can't invest $997 and for you to receive millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, you're not ready. You're just not ready. So if anybody's interested in that, you can put 3 in the chat. If you need to work out a payment arrangement, I'm flexible with at least 2 payments, okay, to split it up to get you in. That is the only reason why I do payment plans, for certain people, not for everybody, to get you in. Because when it's gone, it's gone. And if you know anything about Dr. T, when I say that I'm not going to bother your heads with it, I really mean that. There's nothing you can come back and be like, oh, you still got that program? I do, but you will pay full price. And then you be feeling some type of way because you be like, you offered it for that on the live. I did. And you were not in position, nor were you ready. So now you got to pay like you weigh and pay the regular price. But if you want to just, cut all the chase and the haste out of the situation, and you say, and it's not hard at all, it is not hard at all, okay? Um, Whatsoever. It's just not hard at all. It's different. There's things that we got to do differently instead of, thinking on a personal level. Like, I need a resume, you need a business resume. It's called a capability statement. I give you all the documents, everything that you pretty much practically need. I give you exactly what you need, okay, so that you can be very successful. Even the websites that are hidden, some websites are behind firewalls, and until you have a certain amount, um, of contracts that you've done, or until you've got your cage code or something like that, you're not able to see these really, really lucrative contracts. But we have a website where you can see them, view them, bid on them right there, and give you access to everything that you need to be a successful government contractor. And like I said, this ain't for everybody. It's for those that know I have been called to do something, that's bigger than me. The vision that I see is bigger than me. I know that it requires, taking care of my family, taking care of other people, but I'm going to need the money to match this big vision. Okay. This is the way that God has taken us. Anybody want opportunity with that? You can put a 3 in the chat. I believe 3. Yeah. A 3 in the chat. Like I said, I'm willing to work with people. I'm not coming down to your level, okay, to sit in your lap with you. I will hand you a hand up, not a handout. You will meet me halfway, and I will meet you halfway. Last but never least, I've already shared this the other day, but I'm going to share it again, and then I'm going to get out your way, friends, okay? I will literally be here for 5 to 10 minutes max, more. So again, if you want opportunity at any of the four things that I'm naming, catch them while we live. And I told you guys that I put together a small remnant for a small community for a small remnant of people, shall I say. And inside of this mentorship, I'm going to give you every single thing that I'm talking about real estate. I'm talking about land banking. Um, I will put government contracts, and they're not, of course, the 8 week mentorship because they're two separate programs. But I will put a lot of things pertaining to government contracts, a lot of visual things, a lot of things you have to go back and watch and put, and implement the action steps. Funding when you know people, or you want to become a person who funds people in your community, fund small businesses, fund, banks. If you want to be put in that position, then and definitely you're going to have access to funding, how to get clients to help them obtain funding, how to pay yourself high ticket clients, um, how to find your high ticket clients, how to, it's so much stuff in there. You want to buy land, okay? I will be dropping secrets in there about land that you can go buy for 49,000, 50,000. You got to use your own money. You can use credit, okay? I'm going to help you get the funding and the credit. Um, but you can go buy you 7 to 8 acres for that amount of money. That's by rivers and different things of that sort, fishing ponds, immaculate. You can build a whole homestead there, absolutely immaculate. So I will give you access to all the land deals, all around. Okay, all of the land banking information, um, the builders, those who do your insurance. If you have a urge or a desire, um, to build yourself a following, whether that's faceless or showing your face, then I'm gonna give you guys those who, I'm not gonna say you guys, but those who get into this mentorship, I'm gonna give them access to every system that I have paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for. I'm literally going to give you access to their systems. And not only am I going to give you access to their systems, but we are going to be implementing them. Lots of them I have already done. I have had great success. I'm just giving you access to what they would normally charge you thousands of dollars for. Um, you name it, funding, real estate, uh, you know, Grant Cardone. I got information, so much information, and so much access to a lot of things that I don't share openly here. But this is a 12-month mentorship. You get access to everything I've had in times past, even now in present, and you get access to those things moving forward. If you want to learn how to do a 7 figure event, I showed y'all the other night how to do a 7 figure event in a day or a weekend. You're going to get access to that system. You're going to get access to the credit uh, dispute system that writes your disputes. You're going to get access to the marketing system. Okay, show you how to market really, really take your marketing to another level. If you need somebody to, um, do it for you, you have that option as well. You get exposed to a lot. Transportation is in here. You get exposed to a lot. So with that being said, that's the best of the best that I can do for anybody. That's the best of the best. I can't go put this stuff in no $97 mentorship. Not this stuff. Um, Stuff that'll make you a millionaire. And that's just who this mentorship is for. For those who know that I've been called to handle millions. I've been called to handle millions. So it is $1,000 to get in that program. $997 one-time payment. But you get access to over $1 million worth of, I mean, you'd be like a kid in a candy store, for real. Overwhelmed by how much resources and help and different things of that sort because you made the decision to invest. And not only invest, but you invested in the best, which is yourself. Okay. Anybody want any opportunities before I go? I told you I was going to be gone in 10 minutes. If you do want to take advantage, go ahead and let me know in the chat. If not, then I want to say this while I'm closing out. God bless y'all. I love y'all. I will see you guys soon. Remember to stay prayed up. Remember to stay vigilant. Remember to stay watchful. And lastly, remember that Dr. T loved you enough to come and warn you. Just know that. With that being said, good night, y'all.